Episode 4. Cheers! Hi guys, welcome back. So today we want to discuss how do we parent. And we're going to have 5 main questions.
So first question, are you a strict parent?
I could be strict, but I feel like I'm pretty mellow. Like I'm not like, do this, you can't do that. Like I'm like I'll communicate and then I'll have my limits. What do you think? Are you strict?
I think I'm the same. Like I like half and half. I am strict at a certain point. There's things that I don't allow. But I am too. I am pretty mellow. There was a time where I was a little too strict, where I wanted things certain way, and eventually my husband came to me and said, you know what, you need to tone it down a little bit. Yes, they're kids. They should have fun. And there was a time where I would see my kids like we're kind of like afraid, you know, because you talk to them in that tone.
So they're scared.
They were scared. They're like, oh no. So I didn't want to become that parent of where my kids be afraid. They wouldn't want to tell me anything. And I always wanted to have a good conversation and open relationship with them. Yeah. So I started toning it down, and I was like, I would sit down with them and explain, you know, this is wrong. You shouldn't be doing, and explain mostly.
Just communicate.
Communicating. You know, that's what I became more, because I was very strict in that sense until I realized it was affecting them.
Yeah.
So I started changing my way.
How do you do when they have an attitude too? Like, are you a screamer, or you're like, for me, if they give me attitude, I think it's just the way how I look at her. It's like that Mexican eye look, like you already know. I mean, we don't come home and I'll get the chancla out or the belt, but she knows the look. Like when we get to the car, when we get home, ya sabes. ¿Cómo te va a ir? We're going to have a little sit down. No, but I always tell them, like, okay, sit down. We're going to have a conversation. And boom! There you go. She knows. I just have to give her the look. How do you do when they give you attitude?
I think that's I don't know if it's a Hispanic thing or Latino thing but I do that too. Whenever they give me either an attitude or they're not listening, I just give them the look where they know they either get their shit together or if they keep me like that, there will be consequences. And now, since they're a little bit older, I just take things away. I say, okay, you know what, you love your Nintendo so much, give me that. Or your tablet, and then I take it away for the entire day.
And do they ask you? Like with my daughter, she's be like, how many days? She already knows she's gonna get punished, and she's like, here's my phone. How many days are you gonna take it away? And I'm like, excuse me, I'm gonna think about it and I'll tell you how many days. And that's what she doesn't like. Like, she's more like, she wants to know. She's like, okay, I can deal with it 1 day or 2. But so if she doesn't know, she prepares herself. She's like, well, I have the TV, or I have my puppy, it's okay, I'll use his phone. But if I don't tell her, that's what bothers her, because she wants to know the outcome. But I mean, it's fun. I feel like everyone has different styles. It's just really how you want to put up with them. I mean, I've seen some parents are like, damn, like
they literally beat the crap out of them.
Yeah, but
no, I don't. Yeah, me neither. I tend to be. I used to be like a crazy screamer, but I feel like nowadays, as long as you give the time to your kids and you explain what they did wrong and why is it wrong.
It's a communication.
It's something they would understand more, instead of you yelling and arguing and doing this and that, because they're just gonna get afraid. But if you explain the reason for and why they're getting punished, then they understand, and then eventually they won't do it.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I mean, so far it's been good with me, you know, especially that we're home, we stay with them, so it's been helping. The little eyebrow raising and the attitude helps. I'm like so next question is, do you allow sleepovers?
I don't allow sleepovers, and she's always asking, Mom, can I have a sleepover? I mean, it could be my best friend, it could be my sister. I just can't sleep if my daughter's not in the house. I don't know. I might be strict. I might be paranoid. I think of the worst case scenarios. Like, what if there's an earthquake and she's miles away from me? I don't know. I don't allow it. And if I allow it, I don't know. She has to be 25. I don't know.
But do you allow like sleepovers at your house? Like girls coming, like sleeping with your...
Yeah, like if a friend wants to sleep over, I allow it. I think with restrictions too, maybe not, like maybe it's just girls. Like if it's just gonna be girls, okay, it's just girls. You know, like if it's like, maybe not, I don't know, I think it has to be the age appropriate. Like if my 8-year-old wants to have a sleepover with her cousin and she's 15, then of course, yeah. But if it's like a boy, definitely not. It's just, I don't know. Is that a Mexican thing, or is that just a paranoid thing?
I think I don't know. I feel exactly the same way. Like I don't allow my kids to sleep over. I think the only place that I do feel comfortable for them to sleep over, it's of course with their grandparents. Yeah. And that's the only place that I feel that they're safe, that they're okay. If anything happens, they're gonna be protected. Yeah. I don't allow them to sleep, of course, in the same, like you, with my friends, with their friends. That's something that I don't know, for things that I went through, for things that I hear, stories, it's just, you know, I do allow, like you, having sleepovers at our house. Why? Because I know I'm the paranoid parent where I take good care of the people that stay over, and I'm the one that takes care of them because they're girls, you know.
Kaylee does sleep over at my parents, but even so, I'm always bugging my mom, like, duérmete con ella, or like, I don't know. I'm just, even when I was pregnant, when I found out it was a girl, I've always had the thought, like, okay, it's a girl, like, you have to be extra more cautious. Question number 3. My fingers look crooked. Question number 3. Do you have any food restrictions, or do you have any picky eaters?
I do. Yeah. I think all kids, in certain way, they're picky eaters. I struggle a lot with my daughter when she was small. She wouldn't want to eat certain stuff. And then eventually,
how old was she? Like when she started eating just regular food?
Yeah, when she started eating regular food, like just solid food, there was things that she wouldn't want to try, so I had to try things differently.
Did you give her like options, or did you say, well, like me, sometimes if Kaylee is being picky, I'll just be like, no hay nada más, aquí no hay buffet. You know, or do you like? But sometimes I do give her. I
mean, I would give her options, and so eventually she kind of grew out of it. Y comía lo que sea. Even right now, she's like perfect. She eats anything. My son right now is the one that I'm having a little struggles because él nada más come certain things. Le gusta either su huevito revuelto con sus hash browns. That's every morning. That's all he wants to eat.
And he doesn't get tired.
No? I mean, he gets his moments. There's times que he wants that. There's other times que quiere puro hard-boiled egg. There's times que quiere pura pizza. So he's the one that I'm a little struggling with. You know, he was a fan of sopita or like the Mexican rice. Now he doesn't really like it.
He doesn't like sopa de fideo?
I mean, he likes it, but it's not his choice now.
Oh wow, that was his favorite.
I know.
Oh my God.
Oh, arroz. Like he would always ask for arroz. Arroz was the main thing, like he would eat.
The Mexican rice.
Yeah, the Mexican rice, and I would always have it. And I would make blanco y rojo because that's what my daughter liked, the white one. And now it's like I have to find things, and lo que a él le gusta is things that are not healthy. Pizza, chicken nuggets. And I'm kind of like, yes, and I'm like trying to force him to eat vegetables or stuff, you know.
Why don't you try pizza, like, and you put some veggies in it, like?
Maybe I would have to blend it, because si ven algo así que se vea verdecito, cafecito, o lo que sea, yeah, they don't like it. He doesn't like it.
It's just his personality. I feel like he's growing, and he's
finding his way. Yeah. But it's hard because you're a parent that's like trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I don't have a picky eater, but she doesn't eat a lot sometimes. Like I have to be begging her to eat. She's like, ya me llené. Like my daughter's very petite, but she eats like little portions here and there. It's kind of like the diet. Every 2 hours you eat. I mean, I wish I had the same metabolism.
Maybe we should do that. Yeah. Maybe we'll be like
she
she
is petite, so maybe we should do that.
I know. I think so.
But she eats all day, but small portions.
Very slow.
And very
That's
slow.
Nathan too.
Yeah, she takes her time. She like takes every bite like perfect. But I'm always like, okay, let's keep eating, or she gets distracted and she won't eat. I'm like, okay, come on, let's do this.
That's my son too. Exactly.
Yeah, but no, I think she's picky, but she's just not the biggest eater ever, you know? And I don't know, any food restrictions do you have? Like, do you eat those organic? Or?
I mean, I eat certain things organic. I'm not a freak like you. I see it. I like it. I like trying things. I either eat organic. If I find it's organic, I eat it. If it's keto, if it's this and that, I give them to them. If it's something that it's appealing, so they could try it,
At least you give it to them. Like, you give them an option, like, try it. Like, like sometimes my daughter should be like, oh, it doesn't look good. And I was like, try it. Once you try it, then you'll see if you like it or not.
But that's my son, though. That's my son, exactly. If he doesn't like,
the way how he sees it,
or it smells. He normally smells it. Yes.
Oh,
and if he doesn't like it, and my daughter, she's more like right now. She's more into like trying. Oh, quiero probar. The only struggle we're going through right now in that sense is just my daughter loves to eat. She eats. I think she's like exactly like me. So it's like we're constantly like hungry. Like she's like constantly wanting to grab, and we're like, hey, ya te comiste un panecito, ya te comiste el helado. Bájale, tranquila.
Drink some water.
Drink some water. No tienes hambre. Salte a correr.
She just has a good stomach, and I wish my daughter was like that. But at least I feel like that's a good thing, that you're keeping an eye. You're not just letting her overeat. Because that's when issues come, like obesity. And to have food restriction. I mean, I don't do all organic. I used to be a little bit, but now I'm like, ay, me sale caro. No, not organic, but I do look at options like just the healthier options.
Question number 4: do you allow your kids in social media? I think that's a tough one.
New generation, huh? Social media is such a huge thing right now. I do, but with restrictions. She's not allowed to have Instagram or Facebook, none of that stuff. The only two things I allowed her to see are YouTube, but I'm always keeping an eye on it. It's my account, and she loves TikTok. She's a big TikTok fan. So I mean, I'm not gonna be like, you can, like, it's really like I allowed her to be herself. She makes her own choices whether she wants to continue or not. But yeah, it's just TikTok privacy restrictions, and daily I'm always checking on it, like, okay, making sure she doesn't get messages from random people or weird requests. I check what she sees. What do you think? What do you do?
I mean, it took me a little bit to allow her. I mean, I don't, you know what? In that sense, I don't think the only reason that I allow it is because she saw, like your daughter, she saw other friends having a TikTok and doing all that stuff and doing. Because normally I create an account and I let her use my account, and of course I was with her, and then we would record together and she would be right there with me. Now we gave her a phone for her birthday, so now she wanted to have her own. So
she's like, I'm a big kid now.
Yeah, so I let her eat the same thing. She has to be right with me. YouTube as well, I did the same thing that you did. It's under my account and it has restrictions. I'm like right there,
and you can look at the history too.
Yeah, normally that's what I do. I keep on track on the things, and right now it's the new thing.
I know, we'll see what else comes up. But yeah, social media definitely, it's a huge factor of this new generation. So I think it's just important just to keep an eye and just to make sure that they're not doing things they're not supposed to. And then like we say, communication is the number one thing, and I think it's just awareness to, like, as a parent, to just keep an eye, like, I'm letting you be you, but I'm
still
keeping an eye.
So
number 5. So how do you feel like when you're drinking? Do you do light drinking or heavy drinking in front of your kids? How do you feel about it?
Well, I think right now all parents are heavy
drinking.
It's just, I don't know.
But do you feel guilty about like being super wasted and vomiting and like?
I think I don't let myself to get to that point. And when I do feel very strongly, very bad, because the next day I'm like literally hugging the toilet, and that's where I stay. But I have learned my lesson, so I already know what I can and what I cannot drink. I know what I can last longer.
That's called being mature or over 30 years old.
But I think, before I was very careful when I would drink around the kids, especially me. My husband was a little bit more free in that sense, but I would always kind of hide. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to teach my kids to hide, because hiding is not good.
Yeah.
So I would try to drink. I try to drink
just so that I have a good time.
In a happy manner, where if I do want to drink, I include my kids not on the drinking, of course, but in activities. If I'm having a beer or a wine or anything, I do activities with them. We play around with them.
Beer pong.
We swing.
I'm just kidding.
I put water. I'm just kidding.
You put water in their cups and you put tequila on yours. Just make sure that you don't switch it out,
Oh my God, no.
Yeah.
No, like that. I don't want child services in my
No, but you know how some parents can do some super heavy drinking and they have their baby como si nada.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do that. I'll become paranoid or when I get super wasted and the next day I'm hungover and I'm vomiting and I'm super sick, I do feel guilty. Damn, I'm such a bad parent. I shouldn't be doing this. I could be taking her to the park. I judge myself.
But I think we don't do it that much. I mean, not that much.
Every week.
every week.
No, but
I love drinking. I think that's something that I kind of share.
That's like our candy.
Yeah. That's
our candy. No, but
it's when you release all your stress. But I like drinking. I just, of course, like you do, like you say, you do it in a certain way where you can still care for your kids. You don't get wasted,
Because what if something happens and you're super wasted? But it's a way to relax and drink, and I think it's just you're being responsible about it, and you're not
Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. Happy quarantine day.
Happy parenting.